Hey everybody, Product Trading Post here again. Got a little mixed bag of things to flesh off today on the wheel. I did some more beaver tails earlier. I got this raccoon. This is a shop raccoon. That's why it's split open like this. It makes it a lot easier to flesh off and get done. The process of flipping it in and out and oiling it and brushing it and all that. I don't have to keep doing all that during the whole time on a case skin animal. Got a little mink here. It's a shop mink. Another raccoon here, shop raccoon. I'm just doing some shop products today. I haven't been getting any of my own stuff out to be able to make any more hats with and stuff. So I need to get moving on that because I got the lady that sews here for me. She needs a little bit more work to do right now. So we're gonna get some of these finished up so she can continue to make some products here in the shop. But little muskrat, left the tail on there and everything, makes them look cooler, I think anyway. So let's shave up this raccoon here and we'll go from there. Basically this is a Dakota V fleshing wheel. It has it's a spinning blade. It has a lip on this side here, and it gets a hold of that hide, cuts off the excess fat and everything. You got to be careful though. You can go right through your leather hide yourself. So there, takes it right down quick. Now there's people out there way better at this than me, I'll tell you that much. But I mean, I don't do too bad. The way to properly hold these skins too is you want to get them like this. Hold on to them like that, thumbs up, keep it tight between your hands. You get a little fold in there, it's going to take it right off. Now what I do is I get right up to the back of the ears here. And a lot of times too, if I know I'm not going to use the head of the animal, I won't even shave the head part. I'll just leave it the way it is. And because I figure, well, if I end up spending several minutes cleaning the head off, and then I use oil, tanning oil, and put tanning oils on it, then I'm into the head some money and stuff. So then I end up not using it, and it just sits around and gets thrown out eventually when I have one of those cleaning days. So I just prefer that if I know I'm not going to use the face off of it because it's damaged. A lot of times the eye holes are cut too big. There's holes in it, 22 holes too big to use for a hat with a face on it, things like that. Then I'll go ahead and just, like I said, I won't put any time or money into it. So legs are tricky. Anything small, trying to shave anything small is tricky. Very, very light pressure. You're just kind of just, when you get to these small areas like that, you just want to kind of just sweep over it a little bit. Now I'm not going to be using the legs, so I don't need to go all the way to the ends, but I do need to go up them a little ways to be able to keep the flexibility of the rest of the hide and just keep it easy. So these will actually get clipped off here most of the way later, so the hide can lay nice and flat and be split open. So this is where we're at so far. We got that much done. Get up here, I'm going to do a little circle around this leg. Go ahead and get around it here. Some of these big sow coons, you got to be careful on around the belly area because if they have larger nipples and stuff like that, the boars, their area down there can be very bristly. You'll have to shave around it or shave over it gently, because if you don't shave over it gently, normally what happens is either your blade you'll hit that bristly area and your blade will dig in, or you'll hop over it and you'll just cut a hole right through on the other side of it. It just depends on how you're holding it, how much pressure you got on it, and things like that. But Alright, here we are now. We got around that leg, got around this leg, so now we're going to go ahead and take the rest of the fat off the body going this way. Some people, they'll actually, they call it green shaving. So they'll actually, this animal here has been in tanning solution already. It's technically a tan hide, but it hasn't been oiled yet, neutralized or oiled yet. But some people will actually take green animals. I mean, what I mean by that is they just skinned them out, haven't done anything else with them, and they'll take them and they'll actually run them on these wheels here, and instead of using a fleshing beam, fleshing knife, and all that stuff to be able to take the fat and excess off of your animals, they'll just use a blade like this. Now, I've tried it before with different animals, and it's just not for me. The reason being, the animals before they're tanned like this, they got a lot of blood in them. They got a lot of the fat kind of melts as it warms up between your hands and stuff. And what it does for me is that you're just really, really hard to hold on to grab onto and have a grip. And so for me, it just kind of wears my hands out a little bit faster, trying to hold on to it, trying to pinch it, do that pinch grip on there to be able to keep it from sliding around and stuff. So get it across the wheel. So that's why I don't like it. But I will say, that it is fast. It's just as fast as all this and stuff. But like I said, I prefer. You can watch some of my other videos. I use a knife or a fleshing knife to go ahead and do most of the animals that come through here. So certain animals, even like fox and whatnot, I mean, if you salt them overnight and you can just throw them right in the tanning solution the next day, they almost, some of them are skinned off so well that the only thing almost left on them is just that little membrane. And I can just tan that membrane and then go ahead and just bring it right over here, throw it right on this wheel without having to worry about it. I know some people are probably saying, well, that'll deplete your acid a little bit more. You'll have to keep a better eye on it and stuff. And yeah, it will. It'll definitely do that. But when you're out here and you're doing it every day and you keep an eye on things, then you can do stuff like that to get away with it and still be able to have good products in the end. So most people on these two, just let you know, they'll usually shave head to tail on critters, and that's usually the same process I follow too. Is I'll go head to tail. I will flip it around and get these little strings off. Like here, flip it around. You can go around the edge, get these little strings cut off along the fur and everything. We got our tail here. We're gonna go ahead and do our tail. Now the tail is also kind of like the front legs. You just want to kind of graze over it a little bit. You don't need a whole lot of pressure. That wheel's spinning good and it's sharp, so it's gonna remove anything in the way. So just nice and easy, right on down. A lot of times you don't even have to go all the way to the tip to be able to get the stuff off there. So there you go, it's all cleaned up. Let me show you what we got now so far. There you go. It's all cleaned up, nice and bright white and everything. So now let's go up here to the face. On this one here, I'm going to go ahead and remove the lips. This lip here, I'm going to go around these ears and stuff a little bit. I'm not going to get too carried away, but just to kind of show you guys how it goes. A lot more detail up here towards the front. You got to be careful not to cut the eyes open, cut the whiskers too short. Just do a lot of other things. It doesn't matter the direction you go on in the face, as long as you keep it nice and tight between your hands for the blade, so that way, like I said, it doesn't fold up and you catch it and make a hole in it. Now a lot of times, right in front of these ears right here, I will go ahead and make a hole. there's a piece of cartilage, and I'm sure anybody who's pulled cartilage on ears before knows about it. It sticks out just a little bit there on that side of that ear, and it like gets me almost every time. I mean, if I'm coming along there and I'm just kind of in the zone, you know, I've done several of them, and just kind of start zoning out and just kind of thinking about things and stuff, and you forget, and then all of a sudden you just run it over with the wheel, and you realize what you've done, and then you say, oh well. I mean, you can't put it back, right? Sometimes a lot of times you can fix it with a needle and thread, but you really can't ever really put it back. But that's why if you get some with around up there in the ear area is what it's from. It's just that little piece of cartilage just jets out over there across the top of the head, and it's just kind of a little bit of a pain. Also, I got a black tag in here, which signifies they belong to the shop here. So it's just a cheaper way than getting those other more expensive locking tags. They're like, you know, 80, 90 cents a piece. Whereas these zip ties, you can get a whole bunch of them for $1, you know. So, and I just go around here like that, kind of just touch. So, there you go. Face is all done. You don't want to like take off all the area around here, the eye. You get too close, it'll cut all that eye out of there and everything. Top of the ears, the ear cartilage and these is just going to stay in. Like I said, I probably won't use the face anyway, so I'm just going to leave it in there, but I wanted to show you guys. You get down here, these whiskers, you don't want to cut, I mean, super thin. I mean, I probably could have left them just a little bit thicker, but say I was going around there just trying to go quick, show you guys how it's going to look here. So that's what you get when you get done, and from here on it'll spend another day in the tanning solution, then it'll be neutralized, and then it'll be oiled up, and then it'll go through the drum, start getting soft. So I'm going to make these into some hats when they get all finished up here.